In the grim darkness of the far future, truth isn't found. It's dragged out of the shadows, piece by piece, then stamped, sealed, and sometimes even weaponized. Today, we are going deeper into Warhammer 40K Dark Heresy. We are talking companions you'll fight beside, the brand new investigation system that sits at the heart of the game, the Bastion Serpentis, and the Tyrantine Cabal, and three major figures that you'll meet: Inquisitor Millicentilia, Inquisitor Soldevan, and Sister Septima. And before we are done, I'll also tell you how to enter the Discord giveaway for alpha keys. So if you want to play the game early, you do not want to miss this video. Alright, dossier open, let's begin. Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy drops you into the Calixis Sector as an acolyte of the Inquisition. Your work rarely starts with a smoking gun. It starts with something smaller and uglier. A suspicion, a rumor, a fragment of data, a strange report, or a name that keeps appearing again and again until ignoring it becomes its own form of negligence. And once that seed is planted, there is only one direction that this job goes. It's downwards. To survive that descent, you'll need people at your side, not heroes, but assets, specialists, survivors, weapons. And the first companion that's been revealed already tells us exactly what kind of retinue that you are building. Let's start with the one who shouldn't even be alive on a human world: Ra'akhti the Inedible. Kroot are humanoid Xenos from Petch in Ultima Segmentum, famed mercenaries known for a trait that's equal parts horrifying as well as fascinating. They acquire genetic traits by consuming the flesh of others. It's not myth, it's biology and culture intertwined. Through ceremonial consumption of the dead, they perpetuate their genes and shape what their kinband becomes. But the Kroot do not eat blindly. They fear above all an evolutionary dead end, becoming lesser through devouring unfit flesh. And that's why flesh shapers exist. Specialists capable of sensing and selecting the genetic strands necessary for a kinband's development. Ra'akhti was a scout, and she violated those traditions. In their wrath, the flesh shapers imposed the most dreadful punishment known to the Kroot. She was declared inedible. Her genetic strands must never be consumed. Her essence can never be passed on. Her future was erased. Cut off from her tribe, Ra'akhti was forced to survive alone in the toxic marshes of a hive city's lower sector, where corrosion, poison, and neglect are the only constants. The one light in her solitude was her faithful Petra called Yuka. Then fate intervened. A chance encounter with an acolyte of the Inquisition gave her something that she could not obtain on her own: patronage. A lone Xenos does not survive on a human world without protection. By joining the acolyte's retinue, Ra'akhti gains access to the wider Imperium, though hatred flows at her every step. The logic of the soft skins baffles her. Her old kin are gone forever, and now she walks a new path, one that may lead to purpose, or maybe annihilation. And the theme, existence reduced to usefulness, leads perfectly into the next companion. Cogg. He's a weapon of war. Ogryns are one of the few abhumans tolerated by the Imperium. Their intelligence is limited, their speech crude, but their loyalty to the Emperor is absolute. Most commonly, they serve in the Astra Militarum regiments, valued for monstrous strength, resilience, and unwavering obedience. They fight in the front ranks, they endure wounds that would kill ordinary humans, and to most Imperial citizens, that is all they are: living weapons. Dangerous ones, because a weapon that breaks control can turn on its master. Yet the Imperium accepts that risk because it needs the muscle. Ogryns are deployed daily in thousands of battles across the galaxy. Conscript 0118B is rare even among his kind, a bonehead. Fitted with a special cortex augment, his intelligence is enhanced enough to follow complex orders and retain information beyond the most basic commands. He once served in the 27th Scintillan Fusiliers, elite Astra Militarum troops drawn from noble families. He saved guardsmen's lives before more than once, and still they refused to accept him as one of their own. They mockingly called him Cogg, likening his thought process to a cogitator. Cogg endured. He served faithfully until tragedy ended his time with the regiment. Left behind, he might have vanished into Hive Sibilus forever, if not for an acolyte of the Inquisition who chose to claim this discarded instrument of war. Now Cogg follows his new commander with the same unwavering determination. Whether he becomes more than a tool, or remains a nameless weapon in the Imperium's war machine, that will depend upon you. And that's also a point where I want to pause for just a moment. Because if you are enjoying this deep dive into Dark Heresy, or you like all things Warhammer 40k, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss future videos. I genuinely want to say thank you. All the support, likes, comments, subscriptions, it directly makes content like this all that more possible. I really appreciate the support. Alright, back to work, Acolyte, because this is where this video really reveals what Dark Heresy is all about. No heresy can hide. Passing judgment is never easy. Every inquisitorial case begins with suspicion, a rumor, a fragment of data, a strange report, a name that refuses to stay buried. Not all suspicions can be confirmed. That's why they must be investigated. To capture that experience, Owlcat, who are of course the developers behind Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy, are developing an entirely new detective-style investigation system. It's deeply integrated into the narrative and forms one of the game's core pillars. You'll face cases ranging from minor incidents to sector-shaking threats. Collecting evidence is paramount, but not every lead is trustworthy. Some clues lie, some witnesses deceive, and even the smallest detail, an old bolter, a burnt ledger scrap, a strange sigil, may unravel an entire conspiracy. You'll investigate using tools such as terrain analyzers, footprint tracking, suspect identification, and event reconstruction. Servo skull swarms return, with each skull providing a unique capability. Lumens, Auspex scans, picked recordings, Psychana detection, as well as substance analysis. All of this feeds into a detective journal where each case gets its own workspace. Evidence, connections, data, and conclusions are tracked, but interpretation is up to you. And here's the key line: an incorrect conclusion is still a conclusion. Eventually, you submit a report, you accuse someone, maybe they are guilty, maybe they are not. Maybe you lie on purpose or by mistake. You pass judgment and you live with the consequences. Which means that the people overseeing you matter just as much as the evidence that you uncover. Your conclusions do not exist in a vacuum. They are weighted, interpreted, and acted upon by powers whose goals may have nothing to do with justice. And at the center of that machinery sits a faction whose very purpose is to decide which truths are worth pursuing and which are better buried. The Bastion Serpentis is a grim fortress of polished black stone on Scintilla's moon, Calixis. It serves as the headquarters of the Tyrantine Cabal, a secretive faction of Inquisitors dedicated to investigating the Tyrant Star. That alone tells you what kind of story you are stepping into. And watching everything from above are figures whose ideologies could shape your fate. Inquisitor Millicentilia is a high-ranking member of the Ordo Xenos. You are invited explicitly to study her portrait and guess her goals, and even maybe the methods that she is willing to use to achieve them. Is she a Puritan exterminator, a cold strategist, a radical willing to exploit Xenos knowledge for humanity's survival? In the Inquisition, the difference between necessity and heresy is often just authority. Inquisitor Soldevan of the Ordo Hereticus believes knowledge is the key to safeguarding humanity. And where does he seek that knowledge? In the warp itself. This pursuit has led him to disturbing radical views that he is prepared to share with acolytes like you. He believes ignorance is the real enemy, and that controlled exposure to forbidden truths may be humanity's only chance. Whether he is visionary or damned is something that you'll have to decide. And watching them all is Sister Septima of the Adepta Sororitas. She keeps a close eye on the Tyrantine Cabal. The Sisters of Battle bear their burden with honor and gratitude, but they are always ready to rain purity and fire upon anything that stands in the Emperor's way. Where radicals debate, she judges. Now it's time to really pay attention, because this is where we talk about the Discord giveaway for Warhammer 40K Dark Heresy Alpha Keys. To enter the giveaway, you simply need to comment on a particular Discord thread. It's entitled "It's Giveaway Time," and winners will be announced after December the 16th. So hurry up and make sure your DMs are open so that they can contact you. I'll leave a link to the Discord in the video description so that you can jump straight in. So now, I really want to hear from you guys. I read nearly every single comment, and to be honest, one of the most fun things about making these videos is actually reading what the community talks about in the comments section. So what are you guys most excited to experience in Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy? Is it the investigation system and passing judgment with incomplete information, the companions maybe, and the choices that shape who they become, or the darker, more intimate look at the Imperium from the ground level? How do you think you will approach your role as an acolyte? Will you try to be methodical and just, or pragmatic and ruthless? Will you follow the letter of the Imperial law, or bend it when you believe the outcome justifies the means? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I genuinely enjoy reading them. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Just as a heads up, the alpha playtest should be coming up pretty soon, and if we are allowed to stream it, I will be doing just that on my Twitch channel. I'll leave a link to it in the video description. Follow us over there, and it would be great to see you on a live stream just to hang out. As always, take care and see you next time.